Summer is here in South Florida, and while that usually means fun in the sun for many, the warm weather also brings the start of hurricane season. From June 1st until November 30th, it's crucial for residents to stay calm, make a plan, and be prepared to weather the storm. A hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean typically begins life as a tropical disturbance, defined as an organized thunderstorm activity that stretches at least 100 miles and maintains its identity for more than 24 hours.
Under the right conditions, a tropical disturbance can start to spin around a low-pressure center, eventually becoming a tropical depression. Tropical storms can intensify quickly if they pass over a region of especially warm water and don't face much wind shear. As that happens, the pressure in the center drops even further and the winds pick up, forming what is commonly known as the eye. Once the tropical storm reaches sustained winds of 74 miles per hour, a hurricane is born. Hurricanes are measured on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale, which runs from Category 1 up to Category 5. In a Category 1 hurricane, winds range from 74 to 95 miles per hour, which means residents should be cautious of falling debris that can cause injury or damage homes, cars, and other valuables. In a Category 2 hurricane, winds range from 96 to 110 miles per hour. The risk of injury or damage due to flying debris increases, leaving many trees uprooted and causing possible power loss. In a Category 3 hurricane, winds range from 111 to 129 miles per hour. There is a high risk of injury or death, and major damage can be expected. Roadblocks can become an issue, as well as loss of electricity. In a Category 4 hurricane, winds range from 130 to 156 miles per hour. At these speeds, flying debris poses a very high risk of injury or death and can heavily damage homes and buildings. Power outages and water shortages are common after a storm of this level, possibly lasting for weeks or even months. In a Category 5 hurricane, winds are 157 miles per hour or higher and is currently the highest category on the scale. A storm of this magnitude brings mass destruction and endangers the lives of those within it. But no matter the category, a hurricane can always pose a threat. And according to Dr. Brian House from the University of Miami's Rosenstiel School for Marine and Atmospheric Science, one storm condition poses more danger than the rest.
The biggest threat to life in a hurricane is the flooding from a storm surge. And we saw during Irma that there were some pretty alarming forecasts of storm surge. And so it's really important to understand that the details of that are really hard to forecast. So you have to play it safe when you have these types of potential for extreme storm surges.
Please note that evacuations may be advised for any category depending on where you live and the conditions brought by the storm. So how can you prepare for a hurricane coming your way?
Fill up your vehicle's gas tank to avoid long lines at the pump, and if you have extra gas containers, store them in a safe area. Anticipate the loss of power. Turn your freezer and refrigerator to their coldest setting, about 6 hours before the storm hits, to keep your food from spoiling. Freeze ice packs and prepare coolers to store food and keep fresh for a longer time. Know your storm surge and evacuation zones and make plans in advance in case you have to evacuate from your home. If you need evacuation assistance and sheltering or would like to receive a wellness call after a disaster, you must register in advance to Miami-Dade County's Emergency and Evacuation Assistance Program. Call 311 and do not wait until an evacuation order is issued. Sign up in advance to receive the city's free emergency notifications, including Facebook at facebook.com/City of Coral Gables, Twitter at City Coral Gables, YouTube at YouTube/Coral Gables TV, e-news at www.coralgables.com, Intelligent app on your mobile devices, or code red at www.coralgables.com/public safety. For daily updates, tune into WLRN 91.3 or call 305-800-NEWS. Once a hurricane warning is issued, secure your home with hurricane shutters. Any objects in your yard that hurricane winds can blow out should be tied down or brought indoors. Do not place any material out on the curbside or swale. Seek shelter with a friend or relative if you live in a mandatory evacuation zone. As a last resort, find an available public shelter near you. During the storm, you should stay indoors and away from windows. If you lose power, use your battery-operated radio to listen to the city's emergency notifications. Stay calm and be patient. The city's EOC will be monitoring the passing of the storm and will prioritize any calls for emergencies. After the storm has passed, remember to unplug appliances such as stoves and ovens when the power goes out, to avoid accidental fires. Candles are not a safe alternative for lighting. Use flashlights or battery-powered lanterns instead. Generators are a dangerous source of carbon monoxide. Never use a generator inside a home or garage, even if doors and windows are open. Avoid standing water and down power lines.
But most importantly, help us help you. If a storm hits our area, the city's top priority will be the collection of household garbage and hurricane debris removal. Other services such as recycling or bulk trash pickup may be suspended during the initial weeks of the storm recovery.
To assist in the cleanup efforts, do not place household garbage out until 6 p.m. the night before your collection day. Secure garbage in plastic bags or garbage bins, and make it accessible and visible from the street. This is extremely important. Keep household garbage separate from tree debris and other vegetative material. If you don't, this will result in delayed service or no pickup. Do not include broken furniture, discards, or household refuse in vegetation piles. Do not place any debris material in the vicinity of the storm drains to prevent any flooding caused by the rains. Do not place debris piles in a manner that blocks the travel lanes of the road or the sidewalk. If your landscape service is assisting in cutting and clearing your property of limbs and branches, they must be cut from 4 to 6 feet so that they can be picked up by our collection equipment.
Once the storm has passed, help your neighbors in need. During this time of potential and unexpected dangers, we want to make sure everyone is safe, especially the most vulnerable population.
Being without power or food for many days can hit older residents, especially ones with disabilities, particularly hard. Reach out to your elderly neighbors and check up on their welfare and confirm that they have basic necessities to survive. Ensure that they are not suffering from heat exhaustion. Share the same concern if your neighbor has chronic illness or disability. Let us know immediately if they need assistance by calling 305-442-1600 for non-emergencies or 911 for emergencies.
We hope this presentation was useful in assisting all residents with their hurricane preparations. As a quick reminder, residents should always discuss emergency plans with loved ones ahead of time, and all disaster kits and emergency supplies should be stocked by June 1st. For a list of frequently asked questions on how to prepare for a hurricane, visit our website at www.coralgables.com. For Coral Gables Television, I'm Shakira Millette, and thank you for watching.